Hello, my name is Brittany, and welcome to my YouTube channel. I am a lover of books and of reading, and I followed BookTube for a long time. Have thought about putting together kind of like a BookTube channel, and I've just been kind of dragging my feet. So this year, 2025, I have decided that I'm going to just really put myself out there, try to learn about video editing, talking to a camera, all these new things. And so, thanks for joining. I encourage you to subscribe, of course, if you want some more updates from me. And yeah, let's dive in. So I decided to do the BookTube newbie tag. I have my set of questions right here that I will be referring to. There we go. So why did I start this channel? Why am I starting this channel? I have enjoyed watching BookTube videos for a long time, and I really want to share my reading and recommendations and to engage with other readers. I talk to my husband a lot about the books that I read. I have a few bookish friends, but it's always nice to grow that circle, connect with other people that are interested in similar types of books, as I am, and to also, get recommendations and exchange ideas along these different titles. I'm also very interested in remembering the things that I read. I am excited about the possibility of exploring what I read more deeply. Part of that is the analysis piece that goes along with reading, connecting different thoughts and ideas and stories and adventures to my own life. And so I look forward to sharing that here as well. So, what are some fun or unique things that I believe that I can bring to BookTube? And for me, I think that, in general, I read pretty broadly. I enjoy both fiction and nonfiction. I sometimes have difficulty finding nonfiction BookTube channels that I can connect with. And so I think that, one unique thing about me is that I might read a little bit more nonfiction than you might find on some other channels. I love books that have strong female leads, and so that occupies a bit of my reading, whether it's historical fiction or romance. That's typically a characteristic of a book that I read. Also, great female authors. I will showcase that as well, along with, books that are written by diverse authors, people of color, international authors, and the like. So I enjoy the classics, but I also enjoy reading pretty diversely, and I look forward to sharing that here. All right, what are you most excited for about this new channel? So I think I kind of touched on this one earlier, but I'm most excited, I think, about really engaging and connecting with other readers on YouTube. And then kind of secondary to that, I'm very interested in learning how to talk to a camera and learning how to edit videos. I have downloaded some software called DaVinci Resolve. It has been kind of a learning curve to get some of the tips of the trade down. So, hopefully this will provide me with a bit of practice to those ends. So I definitely have some work to do, and hopefully you'll see growth if you follow along with me. Okay, so the next question is, why do you love reading? So when I was younger, I used to read a lot, and that was true through, elementary school, middle school, high school. In college, I read a lot, but it was typically what was assigned to me to read. And so I kind of got away from it a little bit in terms of like reading for pleasure, as I picked up, jobs and things like that. And as I started working full time, a lot of the reading that I did was shorter form content, blogs. I still love blogs, but kind of these reading in episodes, if you will, instead of reading longer works of fiction or nonfiction. And interestingly, during the pandemic, I was really looking to establish a goal that I could work towards that was kind of well within my ability to control. And reading was that goal for me, in terms of just, initially reading more. And then I set a book goal in the following year. And that was a game changer in terms of just really getting back into the reading habit for me. Finding some authors, some great authors that I enjoy reading as an adult, and, kind of learning about myself as an adult reader, which has really been rewarding and has led me to where I am now with really wanting to exchange and share and the like. So definitely, I love reading, and I'm so happy that over the last few years I have, kind of reconnected or relearned how to read as an adult for both pleasure and for, professional purposes. So the next question is, what book or series got you into reading? I would say as a kid, I really enjoyed reading the Goosebump books by R.L. Stine. And I also enjoyed Bruce Coville, who wrote a lot of science fiction, young adult science fiction at the time. I really enjoyed like Aliens Ate My Homework and things like that. I also enjoyed reading the Newbery award winners. So some of my favorite books from my childhood were books like Shiloh, that was about a boy and his dog named Shiloh. The Giver by Lois Lowry, which, kind of has had a resurgence, but it was kind of a post-apocalyptic kind of world, where memories were passed down through a giver. I always really enjoyed, books like that. So even as an adult, I connected with like the Hunger Games series, or some of these different, vampire series, things like that. I would say that in the most recent years, becoming a part of a book club, that really got me connected again with reading, and getting excited about things. I think the first book that I read with that group was Grandma Gatewood's Walk, and it was about a Appalachian Trail through hiker named Grandma Gatewood, or known as Grandma Gatewood. And, I just really enjoyed that story, and connected with it. So kind of then reading more Appalachian Trail and hiking stories. I love national parks, so reading about folks that have visited all of the national parks really did, I think, get me back into my reading habit. And then from there, I have just really enjoyed, as an adult, reading more memoir. I have enjoyed multi-generational sagas like Pachinko. I really enjoyed the Henna Artist series that I read here in the last couple of years. So those are the types of books that got me back into reading as an adult. So what questions would you ask your favorite booktubers? The main question that I would ask: how has your reading or your enjoyment of reading changed or shifted since you started your BookTube channel? And see a lot of booktubers that start and then that might drop off. And so I understand from the perspective of those that at least, might share a, hey, I'm winding down this channel because kind of video. But for those that are sticking with BookTube and that have enjoyed creating content around books for a while, I am very interested in just knowing how their experience as a reader has shifted because of BookTube for them. So, next, what challenges do you think starting a BookTube channel will be the hardest to overcome? For me, I think that the hardest part will be consistently creating content. I think my goal is to be semi-consistent, but not to bite off more than I can chew by committing to like multiple videos per week. I think also balancing my love for reading with my desire to create will be a challenge. Not necessarily a challenge that I can't overcome, but it's probably going to involve a bit of experimentation. So bear with me as I figure that out in the coming weeks and months. But I am really excited about it. All right, so the next question: when did you start reading? So I've been reading for a long time. I learned to read as a kid. We always had books around. My mom tells me that I went to my Aunt Susie's house and basically I came back. She used to, tutor some kids in reading and things like that. And basically I hung out with her for an afternoon and I came back reading. That's how she tells the story. But, I've been reading as long as I can remember. Like I said, I really enjoyed reading as a kid, but have found it really rewarding in the last few years to reestablish my reading habits as an adult. So, the next question is, where do you read? And my response to that is I read basically everywhere. So I'm the type of reader that will read multiple books at a time. So I typically will have a book that I'm reading on Kindle or on my phone. I usually will have a physical book that I'm reading, and I'll usually be listening to at least one book. I work from home, and so I have a lot of time that I'm able to kind of read in the morning over coffee, which is a love of mine. I also like reading in public, especially during the warmer months. Sitting at a park and reading, I think is great. So yeah. What kind of books do you like to read is the next question. And I would say that I really, truly enjoy reading all kinds of books. I read about 50-50 fiction, nonfiction. So on the fiction side, I love books that are written by diverse authors, female authors, and typically, from a genre perspective, I enjoy romance, historical fiction, humor, and books that just really have great characters. On the nonfiction side, I, for my day job, I work in data science, data analytics. I do enjoy reading from that discipline. So a lot of books maybe about like data ethics that I would be interested in sharing, kind of social challenges around race and economic disparities. And then I am a huge fan of memoir. I love hearing people's stories, both famous and non-famous people that share something that I can connect with. Other nonfiction genre that I like, I really enjoy nature. One of my favorite things to do with my husband is to visit national parks and travel. So travel, visiting national parks, spending time outside, hiking. I love adventures. So true adventures as well as, fictional adventures, but those of, people through hiking famous trails or questing. So visiting, all of the national park sites, for example, or, traveling to various countries along some kind of quest or like personal journey. I really enjoy books like that. Another nonfiction category that I enjoy reading from is really personal development. And so, of course, that's kind of the productivity space. I like reading about, business and money, management, decision making, things like that. So, in general, that would be for fiction, romantic comedies, rom coms, humor, some fantasy or romantasy, historical fiction, and then on the nonfiction side, really looking at issues of things like technology, travel, social justice, money and business, decision making. Hopefully, that gives you a little bit of an introduction to me. I look forward uh, to engaging with you. I hope you click the subscribe button and follow along my journey. Hopefully, I'll get better and better at, recording, talking to the camera, and editing videos. But yeah, super, super happy to have you join along my journey. Thanks so much.